Hi, I'm Pete Nietzsche, County Agricultural Agent for Rutgers Cooperative Extension of Morris County, here for About.com. I'm going to tell you about some of the more common tomato foliar diseases. One of the most common pests or problems that people encounter growing tomatoes are foliar fungal diseases, which often are misdiagnosed or not diagnosed properly by gardeners. They don't know what's infecting their plant. Early blight is one of the most common fungal diseases that affects tomato plants. It causes spotting on the lower leaves of the plants, and then eventually the whole leaf dies, and you see the plant start to defoliate from the bottom up. It starts to occur right around flowering and fruiting when the plant starts to set fruit, and then it'll affect the plant for the rest of the season. That gets on the leaves and it defoliates the plant over time, reducing the amount of photosynthesis going on and the sugars and energy going into the fruit. So sometimes we'll see a plant that's defoliated, there'll be a red fruit there, but it's not going to taste very good. Early blight thrives on leaf wetness. Anything you can do to reduce the humidity and leaf wetness is going to help. And so one thing to do is to water from below, water in the morning, let the plant dry out. The other thing is it does overwinter as spores on debris, and so if you can, you try and rotate or move where you plant your tomatoes every year. If you can't rotate, then you want to get rid of that infected debris because it's got millions and billions of spores that are going to infect the plant the next year. Gray leaf spot is another foliar disease of tomatoes, a fungus disease. Again, it's in the soil in spores. It splashes up onto the leaves and infects the leaf. It causes small, about quarter-inch round spots on the leaf, and which have light centers and little black dots, which is the fungus, the fruiting bodies, the spores of the fungus forming there on the leaf, where you're reducing the yield of the plant, and the fruit doesn't taste too good because it's got no leaves. Proper watering, keeping the leaves dry, crop rotation if you can do it in your garden, move them to a different spot where you haven't planted before. Getting the plant up off the ground, training it up, staking it will also help to let the leaves dry out quicker. The fungal diseases tend to be more of a problem than the bacteria, and there's less you can do about the bacteria. Fortunately, virus diseases aren't as common with tomatoes, but they do exist. There's several that can infect the tomatoes. Causes twisting and curling of the new growth. They're moved from plant to plant by aphids and other small insects. But unfortunately with viruses, once it's in the plant, there's nothing you can do. We recommend people discard those plants because if they're there with the virus, an aphid could move that virus to another plant and infect the rest of their crop. Thanks for watching. To learn more, visit us on the web at About.com.